Hello there, good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Shibu John from Toronto, Canada, on the 30th of January 2025. This morning, we are going to meditate from Genesis chapter 37 and verse 11. Genesis chapter 37 and verse 11. And his brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Our focal point for today's meditation is opening our hearts to the Lord. Today's meditation is based on the story of Joseph, the beloved son of Israel. Joseph was given a coat of many colors, a symbol of his father's special favor. However, this favor led to pride, causing tension with his brothers. This pride would eventually lead to Joseph being sold into slavery, setting the stage for a journey of humility and redemption. The verse shows how Jacob's favoritism towards Joseph. The 10 old half brothers of Joseph already hated him so deeply they couldn't bring themselves to say a single friendly word to him, to their brother. After all, he and his baby brother Benjamin were the youngest of the 12, but their father clearly loved them best. We read that in the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and chapters 37 and 42. And the worst case is Jacob had even given Joseph a princely robe, perhaps signaling his preference to give Joseph the family birthright and a greater share of the inheritance when the time came. Then came Joseph's dream of all of them bowing down to him. Even Jacob rebuked Joseph for sharing these visions. In the 10th verse of 37th chapter in Genesis, we read that his brothers' jealousy, the jealousy of his brothers, has reached dangerous new levels. The following verses will reveal they are ready to harm their younger brother. Verses 18 and 28. Interestingly, even though Jacob scolded Joseph for sharing his dream of ruling over the family, he doesn't entirely dismiss the vision. Jacob himself saw God-given dreams in Genesis chapter 28. He doesn't reject the possibility that Joseph's dream may have some validity, though he does not share that thought with the rest of the family. Jacob simply keeps the idea in the back of his mind. This highlights both the emotional turmoil within Joseph's family and the divine sovereignty guiding their actions, ultimately aligning with God's greater purpose. Now we can see the bigger picture of the whole plan of heaven regarding a generation, a group of people which became a nation eventually, a promise which is given to their grandfather, Abraham. As the brothers grapple, or I would say grasp, with their resentment and envy, the themes of deception and family rivalry emerge prominently. These dreams not only foretell Joseph's amazing rise to rulership in Egypt and role as a prototype of the suffering Messiah, but also the broader calling and destiny of the Jewish people. Both the sheaves of wheat and the stars, sun, and moon represent key aspects of the calling of Israel. God gave Joseph early the prospect of his advancement to support and comfort him under his long and grievous troubles. Observe, Joseph dreamed of his preferment or elevation, but he did not dream of his imprisonment. Thus, many young people, when setting out in the world, think of nothing but prosperity and pleasure and never dream of trouble. His brethren rightly interpreted the dream, though they despised or disliked the interpretation of it. While they committed crimes in order to defeat it, they were themselves the instruments of accomplishing it. Accordingly, the Jews understood what Christ Jesus said of his kingdom, determined and controlled that he should not reign over them. they consulted to put him to death, and by his crucifixion made way for the exaltation they designed to prevent. So take a moment to consider where pride might be influencing your actions or relationships. Is there someone you have been distant from being because of pride? Reach out to them with humility and grace. Reflect on how you can choose humility today, opening your hearts to God's guidance and the blessings that which follows. Have a very blessed day, and God be with you.